Welcome. We're going to start with a short mindfulness practice. So settle back into your hips, shoulders back, ears back, close your eyes. Allow your breath to move down into your pelvis so that you feel the movement of your inhalations there in your belly before you feel them in your chest. Settle into your body and settle into your breath. Noticing the floor beneath your hips, the air on your skin, the ambient sounds of the room around you. Feel the rhythm of your breath slow down. And even as we transition now into some yoga poses, see if you can take this mindfulness practice with you. So gently opening up your eyes, rolling your shoulders out, maybe turning your head side to side a few times. And we'll start over on our hands and knees. So move over to your hands and knees, bringing your knees about underneath your hips and your wrists about underneath your shoulders. We want to make sure in this pose that we get some external rotation, so your inner shoulder rolling to your outer shoulder and fingers are spread nice and wide. So setting your hands down on the floor, you'll hug your upper arms into your rib cage, relax your head, tuck your toes, lift your knees up, press back, and then begin to pedal out your heels. So bend one knee, press the opposite heel down, and then switch sides and switch and switch, and keep moving this way until the backs of your legs open up. You can even shake out your head. Continue breathing into your pelvis. Staying in this pose for just another breath, in through the nose, out through the nose. And then go ahead and bring your knees down to your mat, toes, big toes together, knees wide. Let your hips rest back to your heels and let your forehead come to your mat. Stretch your arms long. Go ahead and close your eyes again here and allow yourself to fall back into that practice of noticing. And then one more time, lift up onto your hands and knees, tuck the toes, come back into downward facing dog. This time, try to hold the pose with some stillness, hugging the arms in, relaxing the head, breathing. From here, look up at your hands and step 1 foot at a time. Up to your hands, you may need a few steps to get you there. Bend your knees, let your torso relax over your thighs. You could hold either elbow or just let your arms drape by your sides. Bring the weight forward towards the balls of your feet and then reach down into your heels. Breathe here. On your next inhalation, keeping the knees back, reach your hips back, your knees bent, reach your hips back, bring your fingertips to your shins, draw the belly into the spine, lengthen the spine and look forward. Exhale, fold back down, keeping the knees bent and the hips back. And then one more time, inhale, come on up halfway, knees bent, hips back. Keep your chin slightly tucked so the back of your neck stays open. And then exhale, fold down, bringing your hands or fingertips to the floor. Step your right foot all the way back to the back of your mat. So you have a nice long stance. Drop your right knee down to the floor and walk your hands back around your left foot. Extend the spine. Keep the chin tucked. Breathe. Good. And then bring your right hand all the way down to the floor, or you could also use a block. Take your left hand to the top of your left thigh. Roll your torso open. Draw the belly back towards your spine. And then the length of the spine is more important here than the actual twist. So just use that left hand for support. And then you could extend it up to the ceiling, drawing that left shoulder blade back, looking up. If that's too much on your neck, you can look forward. Or you could even look down at the floor, making sure that left foot stays on your mat and you're using it for support as well. Go ahead and bring that left hand back down around your left foot. Tuck your right toes, step your right foot back up to your left foot, bend your knees, send your hips back and fold back into forward fold, making sure that you rock the weight once again into the balls of the feet. Take a moment. Breathe. And then let's do the other side. Knees bent, hips back, coming up halfway, belly to spine, nice long spine. And then exhale, fold back down, fingertips to the floor. Step your left foot all the way to the back of your mat. Lower your left knee down. Take time to adjust and situate your body so that you feel comfortable in the pose, and in particular that you don't feel any pain. You want to make sure the hips stay reaching forward, especially as we move into the twist here. Sometimes it's easy to let the hips shift back as you bring your hand to the floor, but you really want to keep your hips moving forward. Left hand on the floor, right hand comes to the top of the right thigh. Draw the belly back, twist open, and then find that length in your spine. Breathe. As you feel ready, extend your right fingers up to the sky. Draw your right shoulder blade onto your back. You can look up, or straight ahead, or even down. Breathing into your pelvis. Allowing yourself to settle in to this pose just like you did when we were sitting. And then release that right hand back down to the floor. This time we'll move back into downward dog. So tuck your left toes, step your right foot back to your left foot. Spreading out your fingers, hugging the arms in, relaxing your head, extending back through your hips. Knees as bent as they need to be here. And then slowly lower your knees down to your mat. Sit your hips back to your heels for child's pose. Arms stretch overhead. You could do child's pose with your knees together, your forehead on the floor, and your arms down by your sides as well. Choose whichever variation feels right to you in the moment. Taking just a couple more breaths in this pose.